Hey, heroes, what's up, man?
Hello.
Hello.
You gotta forgive me for a few minutes of delay. I almost had one crisis that I just barely averted. I'm trying to keep any others from happening. Yeah, I just got up from the desk, I walked away, I turned around, and the whole thing just nearly collapsed. I don't even know what I did. It just sort of said, I'm retiring, I fall over, now figure out what you're going to do. And that had happened. I don't know if I'd even be broadcasting. Well, I appreciate everybody that drops in, whether or not they say anything.
Just glad I can see your show. For the first time.
It's the first time you've ever seen it? Well, you're in for a treat tonight then. Can't believe I just broke my pen. I literally broke it. I leaned back in the chair, and all I heard was snap. And I looked down, and my Avengers pen is busted. So now I gotta figure out where my other one went. That one will do.
Yes, first time living.
Well, we're going live in about a minute, officially. Guess I better get the right music ready. Like I said, the only thing that's bugging me is I can't play one of my favorite songs where the entire broadcast gets blocked in 3 countries. All right. evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to List Wits. Welcome to Saturday night. Welcome to prize night. I hope everybody out there is doing well. Told you guys it's been a rough week at the office. Ended kind of rough on Thursday, and we took yesterday off. I had to take Julie for her medical procedure. Then we went over to Jive and Well. And somebody please remind these people that a dueling piano bar does not mean two pianos and a drum playing over and over and over and over. That's all I'm going to say. Couldn't hear the music inside because of the drums. Couldn't hear them singing because of the drums. You step outside on the balcony where it's nice and cold, and it makes it sound great. But inside, not so much. I think they got to work on the purpose of dueling baby grand pianos. That keyword dueling, that's the one that just never makes any sense, and they don't use it. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, for those of you that have been on Fish Eyes radio station or broadcast, I want to welcome you if you are in on the channel. I don't pay attention to the numbers. I just go with the flow, and whatever happens, happens. Let me change one more thing real quick so I can make sure I got this all right where I want it. Like I said, for those of you that really would have loved a comedy of errors, we almost had a total disaster about 5 minutes before we went live. As you guys can see over there where the game monitor is, I stepped away from the game monitor, turned around to touch the tablet. As soon as I touched the tablet, the whole desk just started to fall forward. It was this close to total network failure. Oh my God, it was a nightmare. So I had to do a quick rearrange to make sure everything was still visible, make sure you guys could still see me, even if I slide out of camera shot or slide over on camera shot. So yeah, I'm a little amped right now because of that. I feel like I had a surge with a Red Bull mixed in, is what it feels like. What you guys are seeing on the screen in front of you right now is the game of opposites. And basically what we are looking for are the opposites to the words on the screen. And if you can come up with the opposite, you're going to get a 1970s TV series is what you're going to get. And what I always do beforehand to show those of you who are here is the example one. So we're going to show you guys the example here so you guys can see it. For instance, if the category was movie titles, we have Some Many Bad Women. In this case, what we are looking for is, it did not pop up. I don't know why it did not pop up. That's all right, we don't need it. So if we had, come on, get where I want you. 2, there we go. Told you. It would have been Some Many Bad Women Are a Few for the opposite of some. Or I should say for some many is a few. Bad is good, and the opposite of woman is men. So we would have been looking for a few good men. So ladies and gentlemen, what we are looking for are, again, the opposites on the TV shows tonight. So if you know them, shout them out. We are not using these for the bonus games. I spent most of the day coming up with a brand new bonus game for the concentration one, which I really love. I really do. And what is missing is some background music. I always have some background music going just so I know it's still working. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is winter officially. We got our first snowfall of the year today. What we got didn't stick, thankfully. It was pretty much too warm on the ground. It was too wet and too warm on the ground, which was the good news. The bad news is it kind of stuck to my car and I kind of left it out there, so it's going to be really fun to try to go to the show tomorrow. It will be really interesting to see how long I got to warm that machine up to get the snow and ice off the car tomorrow morning. And I realized I really need to go to the show. I looked at my good prize pile, And my small prize pile and my good prize pile is pretty damn small at the moment. There we go. Get that looping, so we got it going. Yeah, there are only about 6 or 7 things in my decent pile. So I got to go looking for bargains tomorrow, because I don't have that big of a budget until next week. Hey, Turtle, how we doing? And because I don't have a big budget, I got to like scrimp and save and look for every deal I can look for.
Hi, good evening, big smile.
So it will be interesting to see what happens if I can make it tomorrow. Like I said, with the snow coming, it'll be interesting to... They said there's supposed to be some accumulation, but if this is all we're getting, I'm not worried about it. If we get more than this, I'm a little worried about it. Because the drivers around here, I don't trust in the slightest. I do not trust them at all. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that just dropped in, first and foremost, I want to say thanks to Fishy for all the plugs he did for the show today during his broadcast. Granted, I think it's 2:30, it's 2 a.m. in the morning there, but I am wide awake, I am raring to go. That's the good news. And hopefully, the archive broadcast will not be banned again in Germany. I took the one song out that I really didn't want to take out, but what can you do? What can you do? What can you do? But yeah, I'm hoping my auction guys send my stuff this week. I have not heard yet. They sent me the invoice, then I already paid, and I just have to hope it's out and on the way, because there are some good things in there I really like. Like I said, there were 2 1/24 scale NASCAR vehicles, a couple of bobbleheads, the Mars Attack alien, and something else I really liked. And the good news was, I couldn't afford the stuff I wanted in the other auction last night. Hey, Dr. Rock, how are we doing tonight? Simply because I was interested in about 4 or 5 of these Batman coins. They're the 2004 supposedly 999 silver Batman coins that are colored, which usually means they're silver plated. Well, I happened to get in the auction in time because I just remembered, and it just started, so I'm sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And basically, as soon as the item came up, it shot up to like 10 bucks, 12 bucks, and I'm like, I wanted all of them. So it's like I'm not buying one and not buying the others. So it was really disappointing. It really was. I couldn't make a play for them because I would have loved to give them away. It is winter here officially. That's what it is, Dr. Rock. Like I said, we got our first snowfall of the day, and it was about 1/4 of an inch of stuff, but it pretty much melted almost as soon as it hit, which is the good news.
Good here.
So hopefully the roads are not going to be too bad in the morning when I head out. I hope. But again, I want to thank Fishy because I watched him pretty much all day like usual, and he gave me a ton of plugs during the broadcast. And so I'm going to return the favor as often as I can. Please, please, please make sure you drop by Fishy and Dr. Rock's every chance you get when they're on. 80s music from Fishy, pop, classic, country, you name it, he's got it. And Dr. Rock, pretty much everything else under the sun in that regards. I am in St. Louis. And yes, the reason I say winter is here, unfortunately, is you guys up north in Michigan and Minnesota and New York and Chicago, I have never seen y'all have major problems with the drive. Never have. I'm just going to be standing with the gloves and the heavy jacket. That's me.
Winter is coming, LOL.
Oh yeah, the dragon. There's a dragon in the pack too that's coming hopefully in the mail soon. That was the other big one. The game tonight is going to be concentration, ladies and gentlemen. The game tonight will be concentration. Basically, trivia and rebuses. As soon as I remember what I just did with my hand.
What's the game tonight?
There it is. And like I said, I made a couple of changes to it. I even got it timed down. When I did the timing test, it's basically once the question comes up and we start the timer, you got 52 seconds. It's pretty much, it came to that number pretty much every time per question. Oh, so it'll be good. It'll be good to see how it goes. Plus, it will have the bonus game, the brand new bonus game that will lead toward the vault. I created a brand new bonus game for the vault for this game, and I'm working on the one for, what was the other one I was working on today? I was working on one other one, the bonus game. I'm still piecing that one together. It's falling where I wanted to fall, but it's like I got a lot of maintenance I got to do on that one before next week. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, what we have up in front of us is called opposites. And what you are looking at are a num 10 1970s and I think early 80s television shows. But what you are looking at are the opposite words to what's in the title. So for instance, we have none, outside, unspecified, single. So if you know what the opposite of all those words are, and it could be one word to one word, it could be one word to three words, you just throw it out there, and I will let you know if you're right or wrong, because it will not affect the bonus game tonight. But these are all 1970s and 1980s TV shows, and I think one of them might be a 1960s one. I think one of them might be. I'm not sure. So that's what we are looking for on the pre-game. But tonight on the main game again, we will be doing concentration. And basically all it is a game of rebuses and trivia questions. Now, I keep forgetting I don't show up on camera right there. This is about my stopping point when I'm walking. And what it will be, we will reveal one trivia question. After the trivia question is revealed, I'll start the timer. And when I start the timer, one number that's blocking the answer to the trivia question will come off about every 2.5 seconds. So that means there may be multiple possible answers for a question, but we're only looking for the one that is covered. If you get the question right, we reveal a piece of the rebus board, and you get one guess at what the rebus board puzzle is. And for those of you who don't know, those are picture math equations. You put together the word, the phrase, the word, the person, the place, the thing, whatever it may be. And if you get it right, you move on to the bonus round and you get a shot. Well, first and foremost, you will win the double set of Redakai trading card games. These are going out tonight. Somebody is walking away with these this evening. 2 full sets.
Put stupid, get smart.
Correct, Turtle. Put stupid is get smart. All right, heroes, for the 4-letter word, I will explain this since, like you said, this is your first time on. You're looking for a 4-letter word where the first letter is letter 1, second letter is letter 2, the third letter is letter 3, and the fourth letter is letter 4. So you're looking for that 4-letter word. If you get it right, you get one free shot at the vault. We do not take any numbers off for you. Hey, Tenacious, how are we doing tonight, my man? I think that's Tenacious. Oh, no, it's okay. If you can come up with that, you get one free shot at the vault, and the prize is back behind there. You guys can't see it because it's the big old board that I'm going to be getting rid of. Correct. Different strokes is indeed. I don't have it written down. Different strokes is indeed the one with the inactions. Identical inactions is indeed different strokes. I know. I realized it after I said it, Red. I realized it right after I said it. It's like, oh, wait a minute. That's the other one.
No big red shade. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Fishy! How are we doing tonight, man? I want to thank you, dude, for all those plugs you did for me today during your broadcast. You didn't have to, but I do appreciate it. Which one? So, I'll give you an example, because you gave me the word none, and it qualifies. Did I have married with children up here? I don't think I had married with children up here on this one.
Married with children.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. No, it is not married with children. Yes, Red, it is all in the family. All in the family is that one. It is indeed all with the family. So again, heroes, just let me know which one you don't get, and I will try to explain how it works. For instance, and I will give you the 4-letter word one. You gave me none. If you think the first letter of the 4-letter word we are looking for is an N, then it would be none. So, for instance, we'll just use none for your 4. If you made that as your 4-letter guess. N in the first letter is none. O in the second letter is choir. N in the third letter is bonds. And E in the fourth letter is I. So that would be a legitimate word. And we did get smart. That one was taken out. Nope, no mesh. So, for instance, dude, you don't know how much I got done today.
Smile, I hope you were inspired by today's tunes.
Get
smart.
I got an entire pregame show done that I'm going to use next weekend. I got every one of my concentration boards fixed. I'm already working on I'm reworking the bonus game on the wordplay game. And I got some of my camouflage fiasco, because I got things spread all over the place. I got all that cleaned up. I had like files that just had like 1 or 2 puzzles. Correct, Red. Odd Couple is definitely up there. Unfortunately, like I said, because it's a slideshow, it won't stick, but we will reveal it when we get back around to it. So yeah, I got a ton done today, which made me very, very happy, because I've been struggling all week just to get the desire to put some stuff together. All right, we've got about 10 more minutes on the pregame stuff, and then we will get started on the concentration game tonight. And again, whoever wins the concentration game will definitely automatically, no ifs, ands, or buts, win the Redikai set. It's again the 2 full 10s for the Redikai set. So that is going out to someone tonight. 2 weeks, 2 prizes. I got more to go, and I'm hopefully going to be picking up more. Correct, heroes. Unhexed is bewitched. And it was indeed the Love Boat. Some hate playing the Love Boat. I don't think Fantasy Island was up there.
The Love Boat.
Let me see.
Fantasy Island.
No, Fantasy Island was not up there. I'm trying to see if it changes now, because I made quick switch. But for instance, this was indeed different strokes. Oh, very nice. Very nice red. Gunsmoke I thought was going to be the tough one. Actually, I'm still thinking this one's going to be the tough one right here. Push Gross. I still think that's the hardest one on there for a simple pregame. Yep, we had Get Smart. We had Gunsmoke. Let's see, who else did we get? We got The Love Boat, Bewitched. We had The Odd Couple. And I think that's all of them so far. We'll see. Yeah, see, it erases them, unfortunately. Unfortunately, it erases them on the slideshow, and I can't. It's one of those things I can't change. As much as I would love to, that's one that just cannot be altered. All right, we got 7 minutes left, ladies and gentlemen. And again, concentration is coming up tonight. And for those of you that have never played it before or participated in it before, this is one of those few ones where spelling will count. That's why I'm paying more attention to the YouTube than paying attention to the listening one. If you get to a certain point in the puzzle where all the letters show up. But what it is we will show you. Nope, it is not FUPA. Good guess. It's actually a legitimate word. I looked that one up at some point. But it is not FUPA.
Is the word FUPA?
We've got 7 minutes left, so I'm going to step off the camera for a second and keep talking while I'm here. But yeah, like I said, it's been a fun weekend as well. Simply because, like I said, I so badly wanted to badmouth this place. I really did. Because I'm thinking, we're going to dueling pianos, they're going to fight over Great Balls of Fire. I mean, that's pretty much required, right? You go to a dueling piano bar, they need to fight over Great Balls of Fire. They didn't do it. So it was kind of like, what am I missing here? So that was my question, is like, this is not a dueling piano bar. This is basically two guys playing baby grands and drums and singing and getting the crowd to sing. But I got fed, which was a good thing. I bought myself like one drink. I was happy.
Is it
nope.
nay?
It is not nay. So it was a good time. And like I said, that was probably my only gripe of the entire place. Was the fact that I would sounded better than it did inside the bar. I don't know if it was the acoustics or if it was just the noise level or if it was the drummer, which I still think it was. Like I said, that drummer just, ugh. Every time they put somebody on the drums, you could not hear the pianos. It is not dueling drums and pianos. It is dueling baby grand pianos. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. All right, we got about 4 minutes left, ladies and gentlemen, and then we are going to get started on the concentration game tonight. And again, this will be an open game for everybody. The winner is the individual that can solve the final rebus. That is your primary goal.
Baby. Dressed up tonight, 139's the occasion?
No occasion, like I said. Just felt like, since I changed the studio, it's either costume or ties and professional presentation for the most part. Oh, trust me. He would have.
The man in black shot a few rounds in the ceiling and got the piano duel going, LOL.
And Bubbles says the man in black's name is Blind Eye Jack, I think is what she said. So that's the one we're going with for now, unless somebody can come up with one better. Nope, A-Team is not up there. And like I said, I think Push Gross is probably, in my opinion, the hardest one out there. Oh, no. I look absolutely nothing like a young Bill Cullen. As much as I wish I did, he almost always crop-topped it. Almost always.
You look like a young Bill Cullen.
There was another one I was looking at that I kind of think I thought I looked like a little bit. Not Tom Kennedy. I can't think of his name now, but he was on the 60. He was one of the guys on the $64,000 quest. He was one of those hosts. The B team, that would be my Saints among others. But no, I do appreciate the compliment, Red. But yeah, I'm missing something for the Bill Cullen look. Like I said, I think it's the hairstyle. It doesn't quite work. All right, guys, we are down to a minute left, and then we will reveal the 1970s and 80s TV series. And like I said, I think there's one 60s one in here. No, not Soupy Sales. God, I'm because I just got done watching that one on YouTube again, and I can't think of the name of it now. It'll come to me. It really will.
McLeod.
But yeah, we are down to 2 minutes. We are down to 1 minute, and then we will do the reveal on this. Nope, McLeod is not up there. And then as soon as we do that reveal, Miss Sharila, no, I am not a DJ. I am the host of Wits. We are live from PlayStations, and when we were on Ustreams, we're live from PlayStation. No, not quite Charles Nelson Riley. And it's not Gene Rayburn.
Nelson Riley. Emergency.
I'm trying to think of his name. The name, it's going to kill me. I'll look it up, and it's then I'll remember for next week that I definitely will. We are the host of Live from PlayStation, and when we were on Ustream, their only interactive television game show network.
1999. His stage name is DJ Day Saints Big Smile.
No, we do not do card game. No, not Brett Summers. Not Brett Summers. All right, we just hit the 7:30 mark, ladies and gentlemen. Nope, we do TV game shows. If there was a TV game show that you watched in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 00s, 2010s, we will try to put it together in some shape or fashion. Nope, totally not drunk. I am always this energetic, my dear. Like I said, I do not get online after I've been drinking, getting drunk, or I don't want to get myself in trouble. We are a PG-13 television show, so to speak. We are one of the few broadcasts that are television show based. There are others.
In having a big laugh, nice question to a big smile.
The Brett Summers one I still loved. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so with that, we're going to reveal our TV game shows that we had on the list. Now again, we got different strokes.
Daisy Fan America 39's favorite game show host.
I try to be.
LOL.
I try to be. We had Put Stupid is Get Smart. Unclassified Even Single. Oop, get back there. Is The Odd Couple. Unhexed was Bewitched.
Whatever happened to So-So?
I wish I knew. I haven't even seen Chani Man on lately. Some Hate Plane, we had The Love Boat. Knife Steam was Gunsmoke. So the ones we did not get, we may have gotten this one and I missed it. I think we got this one. We had All in the Family for None Outside, Unspecified, Single. So that one we had. This was one I thought was going to be tough for a simple named show. The opposite of a push is to pull, or if you're pulling, you're dragging something. The opposite of gross, or is in gross pay, is your net pay. So we were actually looking for Dragnet.
Tuesday 39 re-TV show.
Correct, lady. The pregame is based on the topic in question. As you see at the top, this one is based on 70s TV series. These are basically opposites. You have a set of words, and in the pregame on this one, where you're actually looking for the opposites of what's in there. So again, we had Any Kings Against Safety, or in this case, the Dukes of Hazzard. Any for thee, Kings and Dukes, against Safety is Hazard. I wanted a little reach, but that's the way it goes. And the one remaining one that was not gotten. Any Fictions, Different Death. The Facts of Life. Any for thee, Facts for Fictions, Different of and Death or Life. The 70s, this is just one topic. The pregame could be any number of actual topics.
The 70s is before my time.
For instance, well, I can't actually load it up right now because we're getting ready to go to the real game. So that were the 10 for the pregame. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, now the part that bugs me is that I can't get this speaker on this PC to actually work, so I have to do this another way. So give me 1 minute while I go find it and pray it's on my file list, because I lost a ton of my file lists. Oh, it's there. Cool. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen,
I loved Emergency as a cut. Still do.
Restart that later.
Give away cars and money.
No, actually what we give away varies. Tonight, whoever wins this game is actually winning the collectible card set, a full double deck of Redikai kit. So we got 2 of these that, whoop, I hate that light, that goes out tonight. For instance, just last Saturday, and Mark, if you're on, I still got it, getting the boxes and stuff. This went out, or this was awarded last Saturday. This went out last Saturday. The convention exclusive Cylon Commander bobblehead. So that was one last Saturday. We basically tried to give out collectibles, board games, whatever I can find at toy shows and conventions for the most part. That's usually what I give out. You're welcome, Red. I hope you enjoyed it. I got good news for those of you that did not catch what I have coming in. I have, for certain, I have 24 NASCAR models coming in. I have a dragon statuette that's coming in. No, I don't do PlayStation games. Basically, what I tend to do are board games / family games. Some of the stuff I give out, I tend to try to stay towards collectibles for the most part. It just depends on what I have in stock in the prize pile.
Last week's silent head smile.
For instance, we have the Starscream Mighty Muggs figurine. He's one of the future prizes at some point. And he's just one example. For instance, when I say games, yep, got those 2 Gundams still out there. We got the Edo game. And it's basically the big strategy game. Got the 2 Gundams out there. I'm looking for... I haven't found any comic book anime ones I like yet. I missed a chance yesterday because I was going to make a bid for some comic book ones. And I missed the chance for them because basically I had my mind on something else and I forgot they were in the pile. So I kind of skipped the rest of the auction once I saw what the first things went for, and it was like, okay. So, like I said, I'm going to see what's at the toy show tomorrow to see what's coming up. And like I said, my only problem is like I'm on a really tight budget tomorrow because I have one thing I have to get for Bubbles. I have to get it, no ifs, ands, or buts in that regard, or she will kill me. And then we would have no host, and no host means no show. But I'm looking for... I usually just look for stuff that just catches my eye. Okay. I'm afraid to ask. I really am. Alright, where were we? Oh, yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this thing started. Now, the only problem is I pulled the title scene out, so I can't do the classic concentration title scene like I was going to do.
You give away consoles tire gaming.
Nope, I do not do consoles unless I find a bargain one that I can get. I came close. Was it not this last toy show, but the previous one? I actually came close to picking up one of the Nintendo handholds, and I can't remember which one. But yeah, it all depends on what I find, what's on the wish list for everybody. Because like I said, I've got some people that put in some requests for things to look for. As soon as I forgot where that list went. For instance, I know Knight and Alicia are like on the Gundam list and the anime stuff. HBK says something about sports stuff.
The lady is here for the big prizes, LOL smile.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to... I thought about pop vinyls because I know of a couple of good ones I can get.
Pop vinyls are great prizes.
I've been trying to stay away from a few pops just so I didn't like get caught in them. But yeah, pops are almost always on my lookout list. I just have those are ones I try to find, especially when I go to the toy show. I try to go at a bargain hunting, because if I buy them elsewhere. I get them at decent prices.
Rock posters.
Yep, I got the rock posters on the list. I got the Kiss memorabilia on the list. The Gundam stuff, the anime comics, the sports memorabilia. Like I said, I'm always looking at pops, particularly the vinyl ones. It just depends, like I said, it depends on what I'm going through and what catches my eye and whether or not I can put it in on the budget for the given time. And like I said, my only problem is this week my budget is really tight, so I don't know what I will be adding. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me get the music going again. It is time to start concentration, or classic concentration.
Strobe max.
Now, what you guys see in front of you are 25 squares. Behind those squares, there is a large rebus puzzle. And what we will do is we're going to reveal a trivia question. I'll read the question off once or twice, depending on how we need it. After which I'll start the timer. Once I start the timer, nope, does not fade. Once I start the timer, a block will drop off the answer to the trivia question about every 2.5 seconds. Once you know the answer, throw it out there. It is basically a race. The first person that gives me the correct answer
For myself, am expecting having a GD time here. That's all.
will then see one piece of the puzzle reveal itself. Once you see the piece of the puzzle reveal itself, you get a guess at what the rebus phrase is. No, I did not know they were coming out with Captain Jack. See, the Doctor Who ones, if I get the Doctor Who ones, those I keep. That's why I stayed away from Doctor Who pops. That's why I turn my attention to all the chess guys. That way I don't buy pops for myself. If I buy a pop, it's going out at some point. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so let us start with the first question of the board. What was the chemical nickname that was given to the island of Iwo Jima? So that's the question. What was the chemical nickname that was given to the island of Iwo Jima? And again, I'm going to start the timer. About every 2.5 seconds, one of those numbers will drop off the board. Underneath, the answer will appear. If we get to the point where the answer is visible, your spelling will count. Nope, it is not Agent Orange. What was the chemical nickname that was given to the island of Iwo Jima? So that's what we are looking for. And the numbers drop off completely randomly. I will tell you that right now. So if an answer reveals itself early, that's just the way the randomization went. Because basically all I do is I pick a I go pull up the random sequencer and set the thing up to drop them off. Can't give you that one, Turtle. That's not even close on the spelling. Nope. So again, this is one of those few games where the spelling will matter for the most part.
Sulfur.
There we go. Nope, still not right. There we go. Red got it right that time. It was Sulfur Island. I saw a lot of people spelling around it, and they couldn't get to it.
Sulfur Island. Sulfur
All right.
Island.
All right, Red. That means we're going to reveal one piece of the board for you. And we're going to give it a couple of seconds, because I don't put a time limit on this one. simply because there is no way Google will work for you on this. And I gotta fix one thing real quick so I can get rid of that glare. There we go. Hopefully that will get rid of the glare. Or maybe not. We'll see. Hopefully.
No.
Alright, no guess from Red on that one. Which means we're going to jump to the next question. And here, ladies and gentlemen, is the next question. What modern day musical instrument is closely related to the 14th century sackbut? And no trolling comments on that one. What modern day musical instrument is closely related to the 14th century sackbut? And the timer starts now. And again, as you guys can see, every 2.5 seconds, something will fall off.
Flute.
Nope, it's not the bagpipe. It is not the flute. What modern day musical instrument is closely related? Correct, Red. It is indeed the trombone. It is indeed the trombone.
Bagpipes. Trombone.
The trombone is the most closely related instrument of today
Bagpipes.
that relates to the sackbut. All right, we're going to reveal the next piece of the puzzle. And Red, it is your choice or your guess.
Trombone. Butt trumpet. Trombone.
Just a little too late. All right, Chris is going to pass on a guess on this one.
It comes into late. No. Tenor trombone exactly smile.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here is your next question. On TV, Fleagle, Bingo, Drooper, and Snork were collectively known as whom? On TV, Fleagle, Bingo, Drooper, and Snork were collectively known as whom? And the timer starts now. Fleagle, Bingo, Drooper, and Snork were collectively known as whom? Nope, not the Fraggles.
Banana splits.
Correct, Red. They were the Banana Splits. And Chris nails another one. And we reveal the next piece of the puzzle for you, Chris.
Fraggles. Banana splits.
Just a second too late on that one, Fishy. So I still can't say fish eye. I can't do it. It's just fishy. I don't know. And Red gives me a no guess on the puzzle. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we go for the next question in concentration. And here is your next question. Who went to sea in a beautiful pea green boat? Who went to sea in a beautiful pea green boat? And the timer starts now. Not as though I think you need it for this one. I really don't. This is probably like one of my easiest questions I think I have ever put together. Who went to sea in a beautiful pea green boat? No, it is not Kunta Kinte. Correct, James. Is indeed the owl and the pussycat.
Owl and the Pussycat.
Very nicely done, James. And that means it will be your guess at the board, sir. So again, we are looking for the answer to the rebus puzzle that are behind these squares. And again, this can be a person, place, thing, phrase, title, you name it, and that's what it is. It's something. It will only be identified by the rebus. So James, you get the first guess, or the next guess, at what the rebus puzzle is. Huckleberry Finn. Huckleberry Finn and Tom Sawyer went to sea on a beautiful pea green boat.
Pass.
All right, James is giving me a pass on this one. And we go to the next question. We'll give a second to let it catch up because I don't know how far behind it is. And ladies and gentlemen, here is your next question. Which star cluster is known as the Seven Sisters? Which star cluster is known as the Seven Sisters? And your timer starts now. Which star cluster is known as the Seven Sisters? Like I said, if Huckleberry Finn and Tom Sawyer were on a beautiful pea green boat, I'd worry about Mark Twain. Correct, Red. Is indeed the Pleiades. I can't even say it right now. I will say it right at some point, I guarantee it. Pleiades, there we go, Pleiades. I knew I'd get it right.
Pleiades.
Oh, like a fraction too late, Rock. All right, Chris. There's your newest piece off the board. So what are we looking for our rebus puzzle? That's one that will not get my money. That's all I will say. All right, no guess yet. And that means we go for the next question. Ladies and gentlemen, here is your next question for concentration. Most people know historically that Sir Francis Drake's ship was the Golden Hind, but it did have a second official name. What was that second official name? Most people know historically that Sir Francis Drake's ship was called the Golden Hind. However, it did have an official second name. What was that second name? And your timer starts now. Whoa. Nope, not the unicorn.
Unicorn. The mighty penis.
Nope, not even close. Correct, Fishy. It was indeed called the Pelican. Rob's getting it in there like a fraction of a second too late. Every time so far, he's been like the second one right.
Pelican. The Pelican.
All right, Fish. Here is your piece of the puzzle. Can you tell me what is our rebus? And again, I will give no hints in regards to what's up there unless we get to the point of everything is revealed and there is no answer. Then we start giving the hints. No guess. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the next question. Which specific, so I need the very specific, part of the body is stroked in order to test the Babinski reflex? Which specific part of the body is stroked in order to test the Babinski reflex? And don't even go there, Chris. That's all I'm going to say. I know where he's going. Ah, I know where he is going. I knew it. I knew it. Ah. So again, I'm looking for the very specific part of the body that is stroked in order to test the Babinski reflex. Correct, Chris. Is indeed the sole of the foot. I was looking for a very specific one. Feet would not have been enough. It would have had to have been sole of the foot or feet soles.
Big toe. The foot.
All right. And Chris, we're going to reveal the next piece of the board for you. And the 1 comes off, so it's up in the corner. And fortunately, I don't think that matters because... Oh, actually, yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
Feet soles.
And again, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back on Tuesday. I am basically dropping my Thursday broadcast to let those of you guys know. Tuesday will consist of at least the list and hopefully a test game on Tuesday nights. Basically, we aim for a 1-hour list from... Because I don't really do a pre-show. I'm going to try not to do a pre-show on Tuesday, so it'll be from 7 to 8 for a list, or 7 to whatever time, and then hopefully a test game so we can test some of these to make sure they're working. Following that, from usually 8 to 9, 8 to 9:30, depending on how it goes. The trick is we can do 2 lists, for instance. But I do not give a shot at the vault for the list. If we do a pre-game test or a game test, we still give a shot at the vault. So it just depends on how everybody feels on Tuesday nights when we do them. All right. So we are going to go to the next question on the board. Hey, trust me, heroes, just keep trying because you never know. They may get them wrong. That's how Fishy got in on the Pelican one. Chris threw out one real quick, and it was the wrong one. And Fishy's jumped in right there afterwards. All right. By what name did Martin Austin Ruan perform in professional wrestling that he was best known for? By what name did Martin Austin Ruan perform in professional wrestling that he was best known as? And the timer starts now. By what name did Martin Austin Ruan perform in professional wrestling and he was best known as? I need the full name. That's not enough, Chris. Because he's actually known as the whole thing.
Game haystacks.
I need the full name on this one. Because he was best known by the whole name, not just the first part. There we go. Giant Haystacks Calhoun. Believe it or not, and this is just one of those facts that I actually have written down.
Giant Haystacks Calhoun.
A lot of people thought Calhoun's actual name was Luke McMasters. They thought that was his actual name. Believe it or not, that was just one of his other wrestling names that he was not that he was lesser known as. but somewhere along the line, they thought that was his actual real name. So he wrestled as Giant Haystacks Calhoun as his primary, best known one. He also wrestled as Luke McMasters, but his real name was Martin Austin Ruan. All right, Chris, with that, we're going to show you the next piece of the board. And it is the number 25 slot that comes off the board. So we are looking for the rebus puzzle that is up there. It just happened to be one of the facts I had written down. So again, what we are looking for can be a person, place, thing, phrase, title, you name it. It can be back there if it can be put into a rebus puzzle. No guess from Chris. And we're going to go to the next question. Which organization was known for leaving Bibles in hotel rooms? It's one of these easy ones. Which organization was known for leaving Bibles in hotel rooms? And the timer starts now. Like I said, this is one of those easy ones that were in there. Correct, Chris. Chris in there first. No, Hotel 6 didn't leave them in there. It just, that's where they showed up.
Hotel 6.
And indeed, it is Gideons. The Gideons are responsible for basically supplying the hotels with all the Bibles you find in their rooms. All right, Chris. One more piece of the puzzle for you, and number 17 is coming off the board.
Gideons.
So, Chris, what is our rebus puzzle that we are looking for? Yeah, arm itch.
Lionel Richie.
Very nicely done, Chris. It is indeed Lionel Richie. We have the lion plus the L for Lionel, Rich for the gentleman with all the money, and E for Richie. Very nicely done, Chris. Congratulations, sir. You are the proud owner of the 2 Redikai sets. Just as usual, these are yours. No ifs, ands, or buts. Just remember to send me your email, your name and your mailing address, so I can get these out to you. I'm going to aim to get these out to you Saturday. This coming Saturday, because I will have the money in my bank account. Very nicely done, sir. Congratulations. All right, but now you can double that if you can solve the vault. But
Congrats, Chris TV Work Smile.
to solve the vault, we're going to give you a chance to knock off up to 4 numbers off the vault. Now, no matter what, we're taking 1 number off the vault for you tonight. Now, this puzzle is for Chris and Chris only. Now, what we're going to do, as you can see there, we are going to basically remove 5 pieces off this board for you, Chris. Take 1 guess at the puzzle. Doesn't matter if you get it right or not, at least take the guess. If you get it wrong, we take another 8 pieces off for the second one. But we will only remove 3 numbers from the vault for you. And I think the next one is 4, 8, 12. And I think, or it's 4, 7, 9, I think. I'm not sure the numbers right off the top of my head. 5, 8, and 9, that's what it is. Alright, so again, this can be a person, place, thing, phrase, title, you name it, it could be it. Alright, but what we're going to do is we're going to pull 5 random numbers that have already been pre-selected off this board for you. Alright, there are your 5 pieces that have been taken off the board. If you can tell me what's this item behind the board right now, you'll get 4 numbers to come off the vault. If you guess wrong, we reveal some more pieces, and you'll get 3 numbers. You'll take a shot at getting 3 numbers off the vault. Basically what this is one of the sample new bonus games. I wanted to get away from doing that extra hard trivia at the end. So I am in the process of putting together these bonus games for each type of broadcast. This will be the bonus game for Classic Concentration. I am in the process right now of doing the wordplay bonus game, so I have that one good to go. That one's just taking a little longer than I thought it was. I'm in the process of doing the camouflage one, and I want to get the that's the question one done. I really got to get that one done before next week. I really do. Whether or not I'll make it is another question.
Not a clue.
All right, no guess on the 4. So if you get it right on this next one, and again, we're going to be pulling off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to be taking off 8 more pieces. If you can get it on this one, you'll get 3 numbers off the vault. And again, they are totally random. They have been pre-randomized before I put the show together. Oh, crud. There is something that is not visible here that should be. Damn it. There it is. That's a bad color. I gotta remember to take that color out. Or swap that color. Alright, so now, if you can get it on this one, we're taking 3 numbers off the vault for you. And just so you can see, there is a -T down there at the bottom. Because, like I said, I don't like that right now. So just remember, there's a -T right here. So if you can tell me what this word, phrase, thing, person, place, title, whatever else I can come up with right now, we will take 3 numbers off the vault for you. All right, no clue yet. All right, what will happen now, and apparently I have the numbers wrong, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think 8 more come off on this one. I think 8 more come off. If you can get it after these 8 items come off the board, you will then get 2 numbers off the vault.
This just for him to say.
Yes, this is just for
Action.
This is just for him. Spring into action. And that is correct. Very nicely done, Chris. It is indeed spring into action. And we're going to reveal the other remaining pieces. This is basically the bonus game where it's going to determine how many numbers he can get off the vault. We had spring, in, to, and we had the tack minus the T, which is obviously not coming up, so I got to remember to change that color. Hey, Nerdy, how we doing, man? And shit. All right, well, there. How's that? Better? So indeed it is spring into action. Very nicely done, Chris. And with that, we're going to take you to the vault.
I got Ernest goes to camp LOL.
Alright, Chris. Now we made some changes to the vault, and it's a little more player friendly in this regard. You get 2 numbers off the vault. You can basically pick two rows. You can pick the same row if you like. So if you had gotten 4 numbers, you could take all 4 numbers off of one row. And basically what it is you're going to give me the 2 rows you want to take a number off of, and I will remove 2 of the incorrect numbers. So, we need to end that music and get the drum roll ready. So for instance, if you want to take a number off of row 1 and 4, that's what you tell me is 1 and 4. Or if you want 2 numbers off of row 1, you tell me 2 times row 1. It will be basically my choice of the wrong numbers. Alright, we have the green ones for 1. Alright, so we're going to take 1 off of row 4. Where would you like the other one? Both of them off of row 4. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to remove the 0 and the 7.
Both.
Alright, Chris, it's very simple. You give me the 4-digit combination. Again, the first number will be in the top row. The second number will be in the second row. The third number in the third row. And the 4th number in the last row. Three, 5, 2, 6 is 3, 5, 2, 6, our combination to the vault. It is not 3526, which means the vault will remain closed. And Chris, you're walking out with 1 prize tonight. Congratulations on that. Shut up. I hate it when they keep booing. I really do. It's like they don't quit. And we said we were taking off the 0 and the 7. The 0 comes off and the 7 comes off. And then we resave our file just so we got it recorded with the updates. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it is a quick night tonight apparently. We got started at 7:30. Classic concentration goes till 45 minutes apparently. Yeah, all right. Steve Harvey on the button. Yeah, that would be me tonight. But at least I didn't call anybody by their wrong names. Except Fishy. I always call Fishy by the wrong name. Never fails. Oh, but ladies and gentlemen, just to wet your whistle for next week, I have finally decided that next Saturday's prize will be the Serenity. Oop, get up there. the Serenity Firefly. This will be going out next week as the prize of the week for Saturday. So, you guys want it? You got to make sure you show up. I have no clue which game yet I will be using. But I figured that would get everybody's attention. I decided I'm going to start previewing what I'm giving away. Like I said, I'm hoping my auction prizes... Nope, no 24-hour streams, Chris. It is basically... I'm giving prizes away pretty much every Saturday. There's one prize every Saturday. So we just gave out the Redikai kit to you. The Cylon bobblehead was the first prize of the week. That has been sitting in my collection for a while. So I figure it's time to finally bring that one out. So that will definitely be going out next Thursday. Broadcast will start at 7 p.m. Central Time. Game will be 7:30. That's what we're aiming for. Like I said, I haven't decided which game yet. I am leaning, and I use the word leaning because I'm not 100% sure. I'm leaning towards Blockbusters. That's what I'm leaning towards. Whether or not that's what it's going to be, I don't know. Nope, it is not Bays, Dr. Right. And I have to go pull and pray I don't break anything in the process. So bear with me 1 minute. I need my smart drive back. That's one problem with the setup.
Look underneath, it says turtle LOL.
It does. You got better eyes than I do, dude. So yeah, like I said, I think next week will be the Blockbusters game. Oh, no. I already know what it's going to be. It will be the That's the Question game. That's already set up. That's already been set up at request by Bubbles. Bubbles requested a special category next week. So next Saturday, there's a special category related to all the games that we will be showing. But like I said, I'm going to be making my trip to the toy show tomorrow. Hopefully, because like I said, I got a really tight budget. I can come up with some steals. That's what I'm hoping for. I was going to ask something. I was going to ask somebody something. Oh, Nerdy, you were the one I was going to ask. If you're still on. What are you looking for turtle-wise?
Please, no hard questions, just 50 questions, LOL.
No hard questions, huh? No, it will be, that's the question next week. That much I do know. Because like I said, I was requested to do a specific category for the entire broadcast Saturday. So that is definitely what it's going to be. The reason I asked Nerdy is I'm shooting myself for passing up on a couple of things in the auction. They weren't big things. They weren't even expensive things. They came to mind, and I just kind of let them go. And he told me they're going to end up going back into the auction at some point because they didn't sell last time. But it's like, my question was, what specifically were you looking for on your turtle stuff? If you were. Because like I said, if the next auction goes like the last one, I'm getting stuff for a song. And I mean a song. Hopefully. Like I said, yesterday proved me wrong because I wanted a couple of things I didn't think were going to go for more than like $6 or $7. And
hello, Nerdy.
Went way up there. Speaking of which, Nerdy's been hitting at the 22nd. I hope it's what we all think it means. I'm hoping, but I will let him make that announcement if it's true. Again, I want to thank Fishy tonight. He plugged the show a million times today. The originals. Okay. Now, this one wasn't the original then. It was, I want to say it was 1999 figures. These were, I think. Like I said, that's why I was just curious, because like I said, I could have walked away with a ton of stuff
Don't look at me and take
for next to nothing. But I figured I'd ask, because I know that that's your thing right now, or one of your things, one of your many things. Again, if you guys have something you want me to look for at these toy shows for prizes, okay, if you say so. I'm hoping it's what everybody thinks it is, but we'll see. I'm hoping. I'm not going to put any pressure on you, though. Nope, it is not vague, Dr. Rock. But again, I want to thank Fishy today. He went way above and beyond for his plugging of Listwits, and I do appreciate it. I have given
entertainment after my show, Sir Smile.
I have given consideration, although I don't think it's going to happen. All right, I will do that, Nerdy, because like I said, I didn't get it. I got to go back and see if I can find the listing again. I didn't think it was the one you were looking for, but I will double check.
Message me on IG about what was in the auction.
Because I gave serious consideration to doing like a Sunday morning one for you guys in Europe. I really did, and I'm like, I won't be awake. I won't be that awake. I can't host it. After I did the 24-hour one, it was just like, mornings are not good times to broadcast. That much I do know.
Kate.
Nope, it's not Kate, Rob. I will tell everybody right now that if you're trying for the 4-letter word, the one that is throwing everybody, because I've only seen the correct letter come up once, is word number 4, or letter number 4. I will tell you guys that right now. And I figure it's safe to finally give that little hint away, because this thing has been up here for an eternity and a half. But yeah, let me get the link. See if I can pull up the item in the auction, and I will send it to you, and you can let me know, because it's one of these sites I'm already registered for, and pretty much if it's where I think it is, I can almost guarantee I can almost walk away with it. Almost guaranteed. Like I said, last night was an exception because I wanted those Batman coins, and I guess they saw the word silver, and everybody just like drove the price up, and I was like, not gonna happen. I know better. But ladies and gentlemen, it is 8:30, so it's gonna be a hour and a half show tonight. So we're gonna wrap things up early, and like I said, I'm hoping I can find some good stuff tomorrow because I'm on the budget. I got the card for the chess pieces that I'm already lined up. No, it can't be a year yet. I hit the year mark April 23rd, I think. So I hit the year mark April 23rd. I got to come up with something to do for that. Come back here, Pat. It got away from me. Oh well. Nope, not banned, and it is not date. And like I said last week, for those of you that weren't here, for those of you that are big Star Wars buffs, there's a little something a lot of people have forgotten is taking place this year. The year is 2016, or in geek terms, nerd terms, Stardate 2016. This is the 50th anniversary for Star Trek. During the month of October, this is my plan, there are going to be, hopefully, lots of Star Trek giveaways. My plan is there will be nothing Star Trek, nothing Star Trek-y giving away till October, and then October we are going to go Star Trek heavy. I've already got some things lined up to purchase to give away, so be prepared. That's all I'm going to say. But ladies and gentlemen, it is 8:30. We are going to wrap things up tonight. Again, I want to thank everybody that came on. Again, I want to thank Fish Eye for all the plugs he did. It meant the world to me, man. You know, I know everybody in Germany is like dozed out. And like I said, got some stuff coming, some good stuff, in my opinion, coming. Hopefully in a couple of weeks. Toy show tomorrow. But ladies and gentlemen, with that, we're going to wrap things up, and we will be back on Tuesday with the list and hopefully a test game of something, or if it's like last Tuesday, we'll end up doing 2 lists. We'll see what happens. But ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, a Saint Fan, Mark, Nigma, Professor Von Quizzlestein, Blind Eye Jack, take your pick. I'm going to wish you guys a good night, and we will see y'all on Tuesday evening.
To boldly go to a galaxy far, far away.
Text to speech unavailable here.